When is the perfect time to write a novel? That's the topic I'm addressing today in The Right Question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant, the publication coach, still in pandemic mode. I have a question from Alyssa back here, a writer based in the Philippines. Here's what she's asked by email. When is the perfect time to write a novel? I decided I wanted to write my first one back in May. It took me months to get a grasp of how I want to develop the premise, and even now I don't feel too confident about my characters and general idea. I'm a second-year pre-med student, so it's tough even just getting into the writing headspace while thinking about homework and deadlines. What do you suggest? Thanks for your question, Alyssa. Before I give you an answer, let me make a couple of observations first. You're probably a smart overachiever. I say this because you're working hard to get into the highly competitive field of medicine, but intelligence isn't what you need to succeed at novel writing. You need time and space, qualities that may be in short supply while you're busy applying to medical school. Also, you use the word perfect. This is a superlative, a term used to describe words that refer to the best or worst of something. Here are some other examples. Best, worst, boldest, biggest, cheapest, dullest, grandest. I'm including a link to an article in The Guardian about why superlatives are so problematic. See link in the show notes below. But even common sense should tell you that they're usually exaggerations. Rather than trying to find the perfect time at which to write, I suggest you work towards a much more realistic goal. Try to find a reasonable time. When you're applying to med school is probably not such a time. Your focus right now should be on trying to get higher grades and adding some volunteer work to your resume to make your application stronger. If you have any time left after that, focus on getting some exercise and doing something fun and relaxing for yourself. You might see friends, even by Zoom, or read a novel rather than write one. I have a fairly large number of friends who are doctors, and they tell me that the hardest time in their careers was pre-med, when there is such an intense focus on marks. Interestingly, life in med school is easier than life pre-med school because all you need to do is pass. You don't need to focus on marks at that point. That said, you're not likely to have much more time in med school because then you're going to have to start doing internships or residencies, and you'll likely be going without a lot of sleep. Realistically, Alyssa, right now is the opposite of the perfect time to write a novel. So I'm going to encourage you to focus on getting into medical school. There will be plenty of time for writing later. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from the English essayist and novelist Eric Arthur Blair. He's better known by his pen name, George Orwell. Writing a book is a horrible, exhausting struggle, like a long bout of some painful illness. Alyssa, some doctors go on to become very fine writers. Historically, this list has included Anton Chekhov, William Carlos Williams, Somerset Maugham, and Arthur Conan Doyle. Get through your education first, and then when you're established as a doctor, you'll have a lot more energy for writing. Even if the timing isn't perfect, it will be a lot better than it is now. If you'd like to learn more about how to make your writing a happier and more rewarding process, check out my latest book, Your Happy First Draft. It's not available in bookstores or on Amazon. The only place you can get it is my website. Link below and in the show notes.